Welcome back, friends, to another Life Lift lesson and back to our series 30 Life Anchors from the last 30 years. And we have come to Life Anchor number 10. Life Anchor number 10 is this: hope is emotional oxygen for the soul, found only in God Himself. There is a living hope that nothing in this life can take, even death. I want you to pause with me and think about how essential hope is for the human spirit. No matter where someone lives, it's a need for humanity that stretches far beyond any divisions or borders or uniqueness within any culture. We were created to crave hope, and the only way to live is to have it, friends. Truly, it is emotional oxygen for the soul. Just as we need oxygen to live and breathe, we need hope to carry on. And you may have lost hope a long time ago and you've just kind of been wandering through life, and I want this episode to lift you up. As a life lifter, I want to meet you in that place of hopelessness and see hope restored, because this month we just came early. The celebration of Easter came a little early, the end of March. As we're entering April, I really believe that God's heart for humanity is to stir and to give renewed hope and strength for the journey ahead. Each of these life anchors is built on the scripture. That is the foundation for living. That is the foundation I'm drawing from. So I'll always return to what does the Bible say about what I'm sharing in the life anchor that I'm presenting. Hope appears in the Old and New Testament throughout the scripture in 159 verses throughout the Old and New Testament. So I would say it's a pretty central theme that God has a lot to say about, because it's so essential for our existence and for us to thrive and for us to operate from the highest good. There's a lot that Job, the book of Job, the oldest book in the Bible, has a lot to say about hope and suffering. As he was a man who went through unique suffering, the word hope appears in 17 verses throughout the book of Job. So if you're in the context of suffering, I want to encourage you to turn and open up to the book of Job, because there's a lot God has to say about hope in the midst of suffering and how He is cultivating deeper hope and strength. Just hope in life, I really believe the book of Psalms really applies to all of the seasons of life, and the word hope is found in 32 different verses throughout the Psalms. And one of those verses, David writing in Psalm 31:24, says this as an exhortation: "Be strong and take heart, all you who hope in the Lord." Hope in the Bible isn't a wishy-washy, like, I hope I get this, I hope this happens, I hope, like, the cultural use of the word is very different. In the scripture, the word hope is a secure and certain expectation that's rooted in the promises of God. It's utter confidence that God will do what He has said. So the foundation of hope is the scripture itself, friends. And that's why the pages of scripture, they drip with hope. The hope that we need to carry on, friends, especially in uncertain times. It's an anchor. And this is what the author of Hebrews says in Hebrews 6:19. We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure. It enters the inner sanctuary behind the curtain. The author of Hebrews is invoking imagery from the Old Testament of the tabernacle, the inner sanctuary, the Holy of Holies. Jesus is that living hope, friends. He is hope incarnate, and His resurrection ensures that all of His promises are fulfilled. And today I want to challenge you. What is a promise you need to hang on to? Because the Bible has hope to offer that is secure and certain, that we can build our life upon. Not a wishy-washy, just wishing, but a certainty that, God, you will do what you've said. And this is what anchors us through the changes and uncertainty of life. So friends, today I want to challenge you to breathe deep of the hope of God, the living hope that Jesus conquered death so that nothing can take away the hope we were created to live from. Until next time, friends, onwards and upwards with grace and grit.